Yo, it's your boy, Seafoam Soldier, coming to you live from my basement flat. It's just me this week again, as usual. Just chilling, maxing, relaxing, all cool, shooting some people outside of the school. So hopefully some people join in the chat so it's not super lonely. Or if I had some sort of evil twin, perhaps, to help with the... What? Okay, interesting. Yeah, so just me today. No evil twin around to help me stream or anything. So hopefully it's not mega boring for anyone. Yeah, so let's start with the... Wait, what? Is that my evil twin, J. Jolie?
Yes, in an unscripted skit.
Oh my god! What an absolute treat. Wow, J. Jolie, as you.
That's how you do the webcast.
And we've also got my second evil twin, hashtag evil triplets on top.
Yeah, well, I dressed unintentionally. I'm dressed in white, so I look like the kind of alter ego of you, either way. I'm the kind of anti-J. Jolie and anti-Grant. So,
exactly. So yeah,
we're on another J. Jolie commission plan today. We get a mention in.
So yes, that was another flawless intro. You're welcome.
It was beyond flawless. Just
everyone, proud of you all.
I mean, someone could have covers my head, but
that would have been good. The moment's passed now.
That's fine. I did it myself.
How is your head?
No complaints so far.
Oh, is that true? Is that true?
Yeah, I've had some complaints.
Oh yeah, a couple of weeks.
Just get your socks out again, and we'll be fine.
Oh, I'm not wearing the white socks today. So they're just regular black socks. Sorry.
This is a vital part of our niche interests that you need to.
Well, I'll just do this. There we go. Someone will enjoy this.
That will get
in terms of relatable content. Do you know how people do the whole opening boxes or the ASMR? I feel like this is this is your thing now.
ASMR with socks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll talk really about
it. Yeah, exactly. The interesting thing is you do talk a lot about socks anyway, so it'd be the same as normal, but just quieter.
I like talking about socks.
I know you do that.
Yeah, it's good.
It is good, actually. Anyway. It's the main reason we're friends. Okay, hey Kurt, thanks for joining us. It's a bad week for me, but I'm so happy there's a stream now when I'm in a good mood. Yay!
By not talking about socks.
Yeah, sorry Kurt, it's going to be very depressing.
Yeah.
That's the one guarantee. This stream is going to be 0 lols.
Really setting that bar high right from the beginning.
Fair though, but a fair bar.
It was an interesting show. It didn't inspire a lot of mirth.
Yeah.
Don't use that word sparingly.
Again, please. Also, is that tea not too hot? That's what I always do.
It's fine.
Is it? Okay. So let's actually do this. We've got a 10-minute intro. It was worth those 10 minutes. 10 minutes of gold. But let's dive into the show. Just to confirm, for some reason the screen's gone small. Our end. Does it look all right for you, Kurt / Bob? Do we look
fine to me.
Cool. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Okay. Cool. So I felt like this is too far away as well. Excuse me, everyone.
There we go.
Cool. Right. Okay. So, the episode starts off.
The visual of that was gorgeous. Just it was two pirates rescuing some treasure from a sunken thing, or just
skit.
That was the original opening skit.
It was good.
Yeah.
We actually changed it. Kurt's saying, I wonder if I'm going to be the only one in the chat for a while.
You're the only one we want, Kurt.
Yeah, that's true.
You're the only one that matters.
We look fine. Yeah. That's good. I will take that compliment. Okay, so right now that's the wrong page. Okay, so my first note is Cameron says about not going home that she would rather have been the one to have gone home last episode. How do we feel about that?
Oh. I kind of get irritated when people say that. It's it's not great and nice sending people home, I'm sure, but just keep in mind that you've just sent people's friend home. And you're in the work and being oh my god, it's just a bit sad, really. I mean, it's as much as I love Ben de la Creme, this was a thing I was a bit in All Stars 3. They're just
every week.
It's yes, it does suck sending people home. You also signed up for a competition in which you are aiming to survive more than 1 week,
which is
therefore
10 seasons.
Yeah. First off, hi Cause, thanks for joining us. But yeah, I was gonna say like it's piss annoying. Like if I got sent home by someone and then they're like, oh, I'd rather have gone home, I would probably stab them.
So you could have gone home.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just gone, all right,
exactly.
I'm gonna go home.
Thanks for telling me now. Watching on TV the episode after,
clearly you
when
didn't
I could
mean
have stayed.
You did not mean it.
Yeah, and also to be fair, I feel like everyone actually no, because people were like in love with cameras. I was gonna say everyone would rather have Monet stay, but
everyone's 10 times would rather have Monet
same.
stay.
Yeah, 100% Monet for me.
Last week.
But everyone's first day for Cameron, right? So maybe we're in the minority.
I just feel like Cameron's been kind of emo for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like kind of just really sullen, and and then coupled with the fact that she's not that funny, I just kind of wish she'd go.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like hot emo seems to do it for a lot of people. So
No.
Yeah. We've gone for this a few times, but
She's not my thing.
no.
She's not my thing. I see that she is obviously very well put together and has very done a lot with her. I know that's a weird thing to say. She's just very built.
You talk about Merv, talk about people being well put together. I don't even know you anymore. What's happening to you? What was I going to say?
Yeah, like she's aesthetically good looking. I just don't fancy her or kind of get why it's such a big deal.
Okay.
yeah, I feel like as well, a lot of people, it's kind of like, have you never seen people with a 6-pack before? I kind of get this feeling like people are like, whoa, and you're like, okay, other attractive people as well.
I've got a mirror. Like, what more do you want?
Exactly. That's why you spend so much time indoors.
Of course it is. Okay, so what was my other point? So I sent Bob an interview. I can't remember if I sent it on the group we're all on together, but an interview with Cameron. I don't know what event it was. But she was like a totally different person.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Dan? I've seen interviews of her recently.
No.
Like literally, I don't know who she is anymore. Like, she's not the person on the show at all.
As in really fun and effervescent and
Bit mental. I don't know if I use those two words, but she's just a completely different person. Like Bob, how would you describe her?
Yeah, I think she's very kind of like rapid fire, very like million words a second.
Like on coke, definitely on coke.
Oh, there you go. Is it post recording or before the show was made?
You know, but post is what I'm saying, like a recent interview.
Oh yeah, probably coke.
But I do wonder if as well, just like it's probably quite different when you're just like surrounded by cameras and you are in this intense atmosphere, and particularly at that point you're not known, so you still don't really know any of the queens. Like nothing's settled, I guess. So I do wonder if part of it's just like you're in game mode, and you see so many queens completely freak out at some point, and then like Laganja's maybe not the best example, but in some ways Laganja, and then it comes off the show and is actually pretty like balanced, but like. Like on the show itself, it like needed coping mechanisms that just were not available to her.
And it is intense, right? I think the whole show's filmed over like 6 weeks or something. If
right,
like, it's like every 2 or 3 days they're doing something, eliminating someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Do you read the comment?
I did.
Okay. Of course, leave them alone. But also, I do agree. Like, no one's really my cup of tea on the show either, sex-wise. So the next note I've got written down is Cracker. Cracker talks about the message she got from her family, like perking her up and all that. But she got that message 2 weeks ago, right? Like, because last time Title was the one with the social media influencers.
Yeah, but that perks her up into the win, I think is what she was saying. So it came when she was at like a low point from the week before, and then propelled her into the win.
That's fair enough.
Which I think was quite sweet, but it was one of those things. I had heard rumors before this episode that Cameron would eliminate Cracker, and then literally really early in the episode, it kept on being Cameron and Cracker talking, and I was like, oh no, they're getting too much airtime. This is not good. Like, it's that kind of worrying thing with things like this, where they as soon as they start getting tons of airtime, you're just terrified. You just know that it's either going to be great for them or it's going to be terrible, and at that point, you're like, it's not going to be good, is it?
This series particularly seems to be like the day that they start talking about how sad they are or how something awful's happened to them, they go. It's a really weird way of doing it. It's like the opposite of what Psycho does on like the X Factor, where it's like sob story means winner. This is like sob story, get out.
Like Blair, for example.
Yeah, it was like,
that was too much.
And then thanks for that, but see you later.
Yeah, exactly. But to be fair, Cracker has to actually have a good attitude at the start of every episode in her confessional. She's like, I know I've been not performing well, but I'm going to do better. I'm determined to stay. I'm determined to make it to the top or whatever. Like, I still like that she's saying that, even if she is sinking. Oh, I suppose she really wasn't, though, because she did do well last episode finally. Yeah. But she wasn't like all depressed this episode. She was quite like enthusiastic or whatever. So,
which is kind of funny, being really enthusiastic about a saboteur challenge. It's a bit of a strange thing, but at the same time, like I kind of had hoped that she could do well on it, but it is something that involves being so personal that and I have some other thoughts about the theme of the idea of the episode anyway, but
let's go into it in a minute. But first of all, what was I going to say? Yeah, this is similar to the comedy challenges to me, where like Monet and Cracker like Snatch Game and Breast World and all that, like they had to shine in those challenges to make them staying on the show seem justified to me. And same for this challenge, because Cracker and Cameron's biggest issues have not been showing enough for themselves and their personality. So for this episode, they really had to pull out all the stops and like be super vulnerable, like do something to like impress me. Neither of them did whatsoever.
But I feel like that's been Cracker the whole series. Like I loved her in the first week, and I just thought when I first saw episode 1, I was like, she's going to be hilarious. She's going to be so good. Yeah, she just hasn't been. It's weird. I was saying to Grant, I saw Alyssa and Chandra in the week, and they did a thing, and they sort of they said to the audience who did the win, and they went through each contestant's name, and everyone went nuts at Miss Cracker, and I'm just like, why? Like, I don't get. Like, she's kind of is likable, and I like her a lot, but she hasn't done anything. She's done nothing to really deserve the win.
It's weird because I absolutely adore her, but most of my love from her is kind of seeing bits of her on RuPaul and then watching a review with the Jew and then being like, "You're so fucking good in this! Like this is gold." And she seems so much more at ease.
And she's likable as well. Like her kind of confessionals are really nice, and you kind of root for her. But then you root for her thinking, well, why am I rooting for her? Because she's just not funny. Like all the comedy challenges, I'm like, I don't remember apart from the pickle.
No, I agree. That was very good though. That's what I mean. Like, it's frustrating because you're putting your energy via your support into someone, and they're just letting you down the whole time.
Because even she won the last task, but it wasn't a funny task.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't a task I didn't want her to win. No. Yeah, that's what I mean. She's left the salty snack has left a bit of taste in my mouth. You know?
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
Don't
spit it out.
Sorry. I thought she was a bit dry. Hey.
What do you mean?
Dry, like not funny. Oh, shut up.
Okay, good.
Get back to my tea. I'm going to show myself something.
But I think what Rue said towards the end, like that she's asleep, similar to Pearl, right? Like and same with Cameron as well. Like they're just not like being themselves. Like you can see from interviews with Cameron these days. He's with a Crack on review of a Jew. Like they're just not giving them. They're not giving us themselves. And so they're never going to win.
Someone just said, like Kurt just said, like Cracker is absolutely going to be in All Stars. She'll be like Trixie. She'll come back thinking like, looking back, I was so out of it, and back to prove. That's what she'll do. I just hope she doesn't do what Trixie did, which was come back and then still be a little bit. I know controversial.
For the first half,
Oh no, I mean I totally agree with Trixie in All Stars. That was kind of the story of Trixie in All Stars. I feel like she might be cattier in All Stars. She might still not win, but she might have that like, and might struggle a little bit in the beginning, but then we'll just have some really great moments, kind of thing.
Because he's saying he thinks she might be like Arja, who should have won All Stars, so maybe. And Kurt's saying he thinks she's Valentina all over again with the fans. About Cracker, right? We're saying so. I don't know about that. Like Cracker seems genuine to me, whereas Miss Valentina like always seemed disingenuous to me.
Cracker was just a really nice person who you wanted to win because they were nice, but in terms of the show, like when they said actually Aquaria was her twin, and I remember like really not liking Aquaria, but Aquaria deserves to play so much more.
Oh, 100%.
And like she even won Snatch Game, like she won the contest.
Versatile,
and I think that's kind of part of the thing, I think, as well, hasn't it? Like, you know, in terms of numbers, when they got that, when it was that lip sync, if you'd thought that they were equal on numbers, you would have put Miss Cracker ahead of. Sorry, if you thought they were equal on the lip sync, you'd have put Cracker ahead of Cameron based on track record. But I kind of see why Cameron was put forward, because you're like, actually, Miss Cracker has been underperforming on a lot of the challenges that she should have been performing at. So if you're going to send someone to the top 4, do you send the person who's shown a lot of, growth, but it's still been in the bottom quite a lot, or do you show it to someone who's just really not hit their potential and kind of needs a break?
Bob, so but you're talking who you're talking in terms of who stayed out of a lip sync?
Yeah.
But I think it most of the time it is based on the lip sync. I think Cameron.
I think so. No, I think so too. Yeah, but I'm saying in terms of like, if you thought the lip sync was tied, then if you were going to try and have a factor to push someone over the edge, then I guess that would be kind of the thing for Cameron, is that you can see Cameron still really pushing and really trying, and Cracker feels a little bit like she's given up at some points.
Yeah.
And I quite like that from her. I almost like the confidence of Aquaria now. It's almost quite because it's been quite an emo-y series. A lot of the queens have really been in their heads, like Monet was really like, oh, I want to be better. Whereas Aquaria is this cocky little kid who's just like, I know what I'm doing. And actually, the more I've gone on, the more I'm like, I like this. I don't want to.
I really like it. Yeah.
Like how sad they are. Like that's not fun.
Yeah, it's not fun to watch.
And I think Aquaria has been a real surprise hit for me because I wasn't expecting to like her much.
Yeah.
And I've actually really grown to like. She's such a little dork, and I actually like kind of adore her. Like, she's ridiculous, and I love her. Yeah.
And like I think tonight, even it was weird. Like I looked at Grant and was like, "Oh, Aquaria's won this," and it was almost like, "Yeah, she deserves to have done." I wasn't like annoyed. I was kind of. She definitely earned her win tonight. Yeah.
Already, like she, based on just track record of challenges and performance in the competition, Aquaria should win. Like even if that's shit in the last challenge or two. She deserves to win 100%.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's an Aquaria and Eureka and Asia final, right?
Yeah.
If Cameron doesn't go next week, there's something going on.
I agree. Let's say do top 4, but she doesn't deserve to be top 4, so hopefully they won't. Okay, so should we move on to the mini challenge?
Yeah, mini challenge is so much fun. I have a lot of thoughts about this.
Okay, go on, Bob. You go first because you were excited.
Okay, so one thing. Sorry, this is a side point away from what they actually made. Did you just think the guy who was actually tasting the pancakes? I swear he literally had like the teeniest square that in no way reflected,
wasn't it?
Because he doesn't eat, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think there's. But I did love that it was kind of like, yeah, you're going to design all these things and like think about flavors, and then it's like, okay, he's going to literally eat plain pancake. This size.
It probably wasn't the actual one either. It's probably that's what
I love, like the really kind of camp overacting of them all being like, "Does he like it?" And you're like, I mean, he's literally not even your pancake. That's what I love. I thought it was hilarious. This kind of like
that was literally like, let's pick. Fuck it, pancakes. We're going to just decorate pancakes.
But I like that.
Really?
I like that.
We'll have a yogurt challenge next week.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Make a pizza that looks like Liza Minnelli.
Let's do it after the stream. Don't know who she is, but I'm down.
Video.
Yeah.
But no, I did think it was kind of. On a side note, I genuinely really appreciated the fact that like Aquaria went for Pancake Labyrinth. I was like, that's fucking cheap.
That was amazing.
Really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Like not only referencing a really interesting and fun film, but also like having like this pizza where like hands went off the pizza. I was like, genuinely, even Aquaria's pizza look, even Aquaria's pancake looks are like better than half the queens that have been on the season.
Yeah. Panquisha had already won, like when.
Yeah, I mean, Panquisha did deserve that win.
But that was a good pancake. But also ultimately, like it's a weird task.
Yeah. But I love challenges like this because the first ever episode of RuPaul's Drag Race I ever watched was an episode from season 2 where they had to drag up a Barbie doll. And I literally, this was the thing that made me like absolutely fall in love with it because I was like, this is so fucking nuts. Yeah, and it's so sublime just watching like someone being like, yeah, she's a crack whore hooker. And you're like, what have you done to this Barbie doll? Like people like piercing this little Barbie's ear, but like really aggressively in the workroom. And I was like, what is this show, and where can I get more of it? And so
the challenge is never sensible. Like I love
that's what I like about it.
I loved the sitting on a secret task.
Oh, that was so good.
Sat on things.
Yeah.
Like it's so stupid. But
it's just like a little bit humiliating, degrading. Like
right.
And when you watch it like this is embarrassing, this is ridiculous, and then like years to come, you'll look back at the episode and be like, oh my god, amazing! They did pancakes.
Yeah.
So funny. I feel like this is what I've been really enjoying about season 10 so far. Is it's kind of remembered how to be fun.
Yeah.
Yes. I feel like there were definitely parts of season 9 and also 3 where I was like, oh, this is not actually that much fun.
Yeah, and season 8 as well.
Yeah, and like RuPaul seems to have actually like halfway through the season remembered how to be like really fun and funny as well. So it's really, I mean, it's kind of hitting a bit of a stride. I'm really happy.
100%.
He was definitely on some sort of E numbers a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
what's going on there?
I loved it. This is, but amazingly, that was pre like eating these pancakes because these pancakes must have like. They are like diabetes on a bit of like flatbread, really, aren't they?
Oh, pretty tame to me. Yeah,
but yeah, I guess it was totally ridiculous. But hey, it's Drag Race, so
yeah.
But it's like that's how we got pound cake. Was that because of ridiculous?
Oh no, that's what I said to Dan. We're watching. Kurt, like I really thought it'd be the puppet challenge this episode, so I'm surprised, but I guess it's got to be next episode then.
Maybe they won't do it. Is it becoming that formulaic? Maybe they're trying to get away from.
No, they do it. It's iconic.
Because there's some things they always do now. So maybe they're just like, no. Okay.
I think isn't it only 2 more weeks left?
I think 1 more, right? Because it's going to be the top 3 next week.
I think 2 weeks, right? I think it ends on the 29th of June. I think is the last.
Yeah, but so what would be next week will be the final challenge, which would be a ball or a music video or whatever.
Then there'll be like maybe
a reunion
type thing.
Yeah, reunion, exactly. Then the finale.
Yes, it's 3 more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it finishes on the 29th. We've had Drag Race on, did you realise, for about 6 months?
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's been pretty
And
consistent
Dracula
since
as well.
January.
Dracula.
It's going to be weird.
God, Dracula was just before. Yeah. And then, I mean, they're filming season 11 and maybe All Stars 4.
No.
Wait, Kurt's saying next week is top 4, but we have top 4 already.
God.
I mean, unless it's like a top 4 like music video challenge to get to top 3.
Top 4 next week. Reunion the week after.
Yeah, but I mean, like, one person will go home, hopefully, next episode. Hopefully, they don't keep Kurt in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kurt, you can stay in. Hopefully, they don't keep Cameron in. Why is Aquaria bitching about touching food? I agree.
That was... I kind of did love that in some ways, just like Aquaria, because Eureka's having this like great moment of just like really enjoying this whole like spread and talking about it all, and Aquaria's just like vomiting in the background. You're like, these are 2 very different queens here.
Shit in the apocalypse.
And it's like, if you don't like handling cold meats, then don't make your pancake out of cold meats. There are loads of other materials.
Then don't be gay.
Just don't be so gay.
No, I mean, like, if you don't like handling cold meats.
No.
Yeah. Come on, that was pretty good.
For handling hot meats. Hey.
Okay. Okay, so let's go through it properly. So, like, any pancakes stand out to you? Anything to really say?
Panquisha was a work of art, I think. And I mean, yeah, I did love like it was kind of fun because with like Cameron, you're a bit like, okay, cool, great, you made a pancake. But with like, I don't know, with the others, like, I don't know, especially with Panquisha and with Aquarius one, I was like, this is genuinely pretty clever.
Right.
Like, kind of, there's a lot of thought.
No, but again, like, I was caught off guard by Cameron. I think her story was quite funny. Like, she obviously put a lot into it, and it was.
Do you remember? I don't remember any of them. I can remember Panquisha.
That's why I write notes.
All right, what was Cameron?
I don't remember her story exactly, but like about like getting the teeth and shit because like she like made out with the waffle, like the rich waffle guy.
Oh no, sorry, that was good.
That's something like she would like. I actually had like this whole like story in my head that she was like telling me. I'm like, I'm here for it.
Were they told they had to do faces? I thought they were just told to decorate a pancake.
No, it's drag up your pancake.
Oh, I just thought, so I thought someone might have done one that wasn't a face, like you could have just done something like
just a dick,
just a penis.
Exactly, and a sad face.
Yeah,
that would have been mine.
Just crying over your pancake.
Yep, 100%.
I kind of thought Aquaria might win because I thought that
same.
Pancake's lovely, amazing.
Yeah, it was so clever. Again, she's so much more clever than you think she is.
Well, I like to think that she just thought, what kind of pun can I do with pancake?
That's what I would have done. Yeah,
done.
Yeah,
sorted.
Kurt, you're not leaving. You're not going anywhere.
We'll do a weekly live stream on anotother TV show.
Yeah, exactly, to make up for it.
Yeah, we'll pick something.
Yeah, actually, we should do after Drag Race. Let us know what to watch after Drag Race so that we don't have to leave. So I won't have any excuse to. I have no excuse to get people around my flat.
Emmerdale Farm. There we go. That'd be fun. Every day. We do an hour chat about it.
And then a weekend omnibus special. Right?
Watching all again, but like from a different angle.
2.5 hours of Emmerdale.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but do these episodes hold up when placed next to each other? Tune in on Saturday.
Well, you really get the context. You really feel the emotion.
Yeah, you kind of get to have a real 2.5 hour session, and that's about as much time as you should spend on this Emmerdale.
That's the beauty of Emmerdale.
That's what I dream of. What we're saying. So, okay, my other pancake comment is again what I said earlier about Kraken expectations. I expected her to be really funny in this the pancake challenge. Hers was like one of the lamest ones.
It was another face with another cigarette in the mouth.
Yeah, it was just predictable.
And
yeah,
it was like a kind of white trash pancake lady. Well, which actually sounds original when I say it like that, but it's not.
Yeah, I think I had the same thing. I was really hoping it would just be something mind blowing. As much as you can make something mind-blowing with a pancake, but in like 15 minutes. But yeah, we should do this challenge. I feel like we should, with challenges, we should like reenact them.
Oh, it's such a good idea.
What have you got in the cupboards?
Oh no, I was going to make pancakes the other day. I really wanted them, just home alone. And then flour.
really sad.
I know.
Oh.
And then the flour had loads of bugs in. I couldn't have them. That's really sad. So I really wanted pancakes. I just had some delicious flour instead.
Oh, you're lovely.
Yeah.
Decorate it with some tears.
Exactly. Genuinely.
That's beautiful.
Salty pancakes. That's Grant's life.
Exactly. So she moved. Okay, so that's the mini challenge done, right? Any other comments on the mini challenge?
No,
Anyone?
let's move on.
Okay. Nah. So now workroom stuff. Okay. So yeah, I wrote down when I found about the challenge, like potentially going to be deep AF, but it sort of wasn't at all. It was all very surface level in the end. I felt. Right.
The main challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Deep, like it's going to be a deep challenge.
Like,
things are going to get real.
Right.
Yeah, things are going to get real. I thought.
Did you also secretly hope that Aquaria or Miss Cracker would dress as the other one, as their other evil twin?
Yes.
I was really hoping one of them would at least mention it.
Yeah.
Because I thought Miss Cracker would do that as a kind of joke and just appear as Aquaria for the second one.
She could have done that neck thing that Aquaria does.
Because she had pulled off Aquaria, though. In terms of
just wear the red belt around this, because that would have been a great look.
Actually,
the red belt, go devil, and then that's black hair. That's full on. That's
really idea,
that would have been amazing.
Because in fairness, I don't really get the look that she wore for the second one. It was a bit pedestrian in some ways.
Well, that was funny, that moment, because it was a bit like why would she have thought an outfit made of bones would have conveyed evil twin? It was literally like. Yeah. Right, so let's pick up on this point, because there was a very obvious moment in this episode where it's like, oh, look at Eureka being the villain. Oh, look at Eureka giving her bad advice. It wasn't bad advice. It was literally like, you don't have to make a whole new outfit.
Always very good
advice.
Just
style it up.
Yeah,
and then
it was good.
Wore the bone dress and went out and put a headdress on it, and that was it.
Yeah, you're right. Eureka literally said, like, it's about the story and about, like, connecting with yourself and all that sort of stuff. And Aquaria didn't do that. She didn't, like, create a story around the outfit.
But it felt really pointed. Like the camera was like, right, let's film Eureka saying this.
I don't think.
And now, if we go on Twitter, all the fans will be going, "Oh, Eureka screwed over Cracker and da 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 da."
Yeah.
But she didn't. Cracker just didn't really listen to what she was saying. She was just like, "Oh, I don't have to make something. I'll just wear some old shit that I've got from another task." That
I think actually her original idea would have been quite nice. This kind of vampire sucking the energy out. Because I think she could have really styled it out properly, and I think she would have actually performed it more interestingly. Like, she'd have come on stage. I could totally see her doing this very slow walk that was very menacing and unlike Cracker. It was a very dramatic, purposeful walk that wasn't funny in any way. It had, I was actually expecting Miss Cracker to go almost so far that this episode became like a tearjerker.
Remember when she did that look the other week where she had that gold face vomiting on her?
Oh, yeah.
That was. Yeah. And then for this, she couldn't even sew something. I'm like, it's the bad twin. The bad twin doesn't need to be well sewn. It can be choppy and kind of crap.
Yeah.
It's conveyed through other things.
Oh, it would have been so much better. Look, I've seen, like, Kurt's right. I've just checked out Miss Cracker's Instagram. It shows the original queen. It's so much better. It ties in really well with the good twin.
Oh, I think I saw that earlier. I hadn't, because I saw it before the episode and hadn't connected what that was.
See if you can. Oh, so you've seen it already?
Yeah, I have seen that. I didn't because I saw it before the episode and had no idea what it was about. So I forgot.
Then it would have been Eureka and Cameron, and then Cameron probably would have gone home.
For sure, so much better.
Yeah.
Although I agree, Eureka was right previously in what she said about how the main part of the challenge, especially like I said earlier on, especially for Cracker and Cameron, was being vulnerable and honest and all that sort of stuff, which she still wasn't. Even though the look would have been significantly better, it would have made the first look actually work for me. So I didn't really like the first look.
And to be fair to Eureka, like the criticism of Eureka was, all right, the outfit wasn't amazing, but she performed
exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what she was saying. Like, that was true. But because everyone just hates Eureka now, because that's the thing, apparently, that everyone hates Eureka, I guarantee now it's going to be like, oh, look, Eureka sabotaged Cracker.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. It's not like.
Bob, what do you think? Bob like hates Eureka, right? So
I don't know.
Stop, Bob.
She's not my biggest fan, but I have to say, I do think Eureka did well on this challenge. I think she got it. Like, I did think the looks were a bit pedestrian, but I actually did really like the divine look. I thought that was quite clever, actually.
What do you think? Do you think she's just trying to sabotage Cracker?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Yeah, exactly.
But I liked her looks. I thought she was a bit Tracy Turnblad in like the first one. Very kind of Hairspray.
Yeah.
Tracy Turnblad. She's in Hairspray.
No, who are you talking about as well?
Eureka.
I couldn't put my finger on exactly what it was. But it's so right.
John Waters-ish look to both of them.
Yeah.
It was kind of colourful and fun.
And actually, that's what I quite like, because Eureka's two outfits, I thought, were, although they were very different, they were themed in a very similar way. Like, again, I got that kind of John Waters, or they both belonged in some kind of musical theatre or some kind of film. Like, they exist in that world.
Sorry, who's Eureka?
Eureka, sorry, yeah. So I was surprised that she was middle. I actually thought she was going to be top 2.
Yeah, but her looks weren't original though.
No, that was kind of the letdown, I guess.
And like Asia's was great. Like Asia's was just on that balloon and the little deflated black.
Wait, guys, we're skipping too far ahead.
Sorry.
It's still leading up to that bit. Okay.
The Drag Race podcast has many rules.
It does, exactly. This is very important. Very, very important. Okay. My next note on that note is...
And also, Kurt, I also want Eureka to win. There hasn't been a plus size winner ever. They always talk about the big girls, but there hasn't been a big girl winner ever, so it's kind of her time.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if she won at the moment.
And then she'll end up being one of the most unpopular winners ever, and she'll get booed.
That's kind of the thing, yeah. I mean, if she did win, I would be kind of like, she did deserve it. She worked really hard. She did well. I just wouldn't be as enthusiastic. But then in fairness, now all of my actual real favorites have left, and now I'm left with people who I like and I think are very good, but they're not like people I was rooting for from the beginning.
Yeah.
Nah, Team Aquaria 100% for me.
I mean, if it's going to be anyone, I would say Aquaria first, and then maybe Asia.
Yeah, which I would not have said even like 2 weeks ago.
No.
Drag Race Thailand has a plus size winner. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
My next note is Susie Cream Cheese.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Went to school.
My next note is so when they're talking about what like criticisms of each other, they talked about Cracker being robotic, but I suppose we've already sort of debriefed on that.
Yeah.
I agree that she sort of has been.
I thought it was interesting. I also feel like the Queens, I mean, it was good in some ways that they didn't go too deep because they didn't want to go into this whole drama of she hates me. But I did think it was a bit kind of like, Eureka, you are loud. I'm like, that's a fairly easy, that's low-hanging fruit in terms of criticism of Eureka. And I'm not saying like completely lay into her. But I was just like, I feel like actually what could have been quite constructive for that challenge was actually what Eureka then brought to the challenge. Because when Eureka said, you just rely on fat jokes and you're not actually that funny and like all these kind of things, that was Eureka really getting to the heart of the matter. And I kind of was surprised that none of the queens kind of pushed a little bit more towards that. But then again, we only saw like Asia saying...
Yeah, but you're asking queens to say Eureka isn't funny, but Eureka is quite funny generally, right? So
yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right.
Like comedy challenges, she's generally been like pretty much near the top of the pack.
Yeah. So,
yeah. She almost won Snatch Game. She won the Rossi, whatever that was called. Rossi Matthews.
Rossi.
Rossi,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so this is one thing Dan and I sort of like had a knowing nod at each other about when Cracker talks about
recreate that.
Yeah.
Like a no, well,
oh damn it.
That's weird.
Sorry about that.
I don't
know where that came from. No, when Cracker was talking about talking so much and repeating the same thing again and again because she was really keen on making sure that people didn't make their own mind up about Cracker, that I'm not phrasing it right, like that she presented everything herself exactly the way she wanted to be received.
Yeah,
she told people's perception of her
rather than just talking and being herself.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I have to become something.
Yeah, which is something that I used to do a lot when I was younger.
Yeah, I probably still do it sometimes.
I don't anymore. I don't have the energy for
it.
I know, but it's relatable. That's something like I used to be. I'm still a control freak when it comes to myself, I'd say, but like so much so that I was heavily sort of monitoring everything I was saying to make sure I was coming across a certain way. When you can never come across the way you want to come across anyway. Like people just people can read through that and see who you actually are. Like I think that's why Cracker's been quite likable generally. Is because despite the fact that she has obviously been quite calculated with what she says, we can still see who she is underneath sort of thing. We can read past that sort of stuff. You know?
No, absolutely. I find Miss Cracker so relatable. Kind of similar things you were saying. There's still, to some extent, still a little bit to it, but I've definitely let go a bit more. But like, it's really funny because over the weeks I've just been like, oh my God, if I was on this show, I would 100% be Miss Cracker, apart from I'd leave much earlier. You know, I would, because genuinely, like, all of these moments, I was like, that's exactly how I think I would react in that exact moment. Like, I think I would be looking around a room full of amazing queens, knowing that I should, you know, on paper, I should have won Snatch Game and didn't. I mean, I'm obviously nowhere near her level of skill, and I'm also not a drag queen. So, I mean, those are two quite limiting factors in this. But yeah, I was just there's something so relatable about that, because I think that
episode. Bob, you're always fishing for a compliment in terms of how much.
No, that isn't fishing. And weirdly, saboteur-wise, in my head, I was thinking that exact thing as I was saying it. Like, please, like, this is. Oh, you're definitely going to sound like you're fucking going for the sympathy button here. I'm genuinely not. Like, she's an amazing queen.
No, I wouldn't have said that.
You are. You said it to me a second ago.
So shut up.
But no, yeah, I think
going for it. I'm here.
I think that is what's been so relatable with Miss Cracker, is because she's in confessionals. She's been so vulnerable, and we just haven't necessarily seen that in her interactions with the other queens all the time.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Again, the frustrating thing is, like, I would again, I guess we'll talk about it later, but I would happily have it been a double elimination for exactly what you said. Like, either of them, they've all had plenty of opportunity, like a lot more opportunities than they should have to pull their finger out, and neither of them have. So
I thought Cameron was like a top 11, top 10 queen. I thought she'd have been gone.
Yeah.
And I'm really surprised. And I don't really get why she's still there. I feel like she's kind of managed to just swerve and dodge through some dodgy lip syncs here and there and stuff. But I don't get it.
Yeah. But you can't fault her effort. Like, she has been like dogged in her determination. So
just don't get it.
No. Okay, so but now it's time for the main question of the episode. Team RuPaul or Team RuPaul?
Hard to say.
I mean, like, just for the sheer fact that RuPaul's hair was like pretty shocking.
It was like a Monet Exchange wig.
It was a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe that's why Ru has been like attacking her so much this season. For she's like, shit, like, I've got this whole RuPaul thing planned. Like, don't ruin this for me. Yeah, but no, I thought it was kind of fun. And like, I do think sometimes Ru kind of overdoes the whole inner saboteur discussion. But I also do. Yeah, but then I also do think there was actually something quite valid. And actually, when Ru said, you know, this should have been Miss Cracker's challenge for that exact moment, it was kind of almost made for Cracker.
Yeah,
exactly. And I think, but then again, also expecting someone to process things that they've been purposely not processing for a long time during the middle of a very stressful competition is probably not the time when you're going to get all of the breakthroughs that you necessarily want. Like, someone like Cracker, I think she actually genuinely needed to have that moment, realize what had happened, go away, and then do something with it.
For the sort of person she is, I agree. But you have to be like, you have to go into competition like expecting at least one big revelation, you know, and be open to that to be able to win.
And it has to be on camera as well, don't forget. So,
of course.
It's like having a task about breaking a knee and then like Eureka not winning it. Whole season, exactly. Like, oh, I'm so in my head, and then they're like, great, let's do a thing about being in your head. Oh, you lost.
Yeah,
because you turn into Wilma Flintstone for the second outfit.
But as a juxtaposition to that, Aquaria we went through Aquaria apologizing for the whole double elimination thing, and she like learned very quickly. She said in Untucked, I think it was, like, immediately after I did that, I felt shit. I'm like, why am I such a shitty person? And then she went back to hotel. She thought about it overnight, so off camera actually, which makes it more genuine. Then came back and gave a sincere apology the next day in front of everyone, and then today in front of the judges who she's trying to impress. Like, that is what, like, if Aquaria can do it, then Cracker can do it, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
And I have a lot of time for Aquaria based on that as well. I think she's shown a lot of growth. And I mean, some of the things are things where you're like, well, I mean, you done fucked up at the time. But like, you know, even the stuff with Vixen, like she was really vocal on Twitter saying, hey, look, I was wrong.
Was she? That's good. I didn't know that.
Which is really interesting. And she was also like, look, reflect on, like, don't send any shit to the Vixen. Like, this is on me. This is something I need to learn and grow with. And it was really great to see. I think it's, she's been, I mean, although sometimes, you know, the whole reality TV show, like, having to have a narrative thing is something that sometimes pisses me off. I also do think it's really powerful when there is that genuine realization that comes from someone like Aquaria, who is a kind of unexpected one, a little bit more. I think.
Well, it's like Aquaria sounds like she doesn't really mix a lot in real life with other people. Like she's probably got a very kind of a set group of friends, and actually the show's kind of forced her to kind of grow up a bit, look at herself, look how she's behaving towards other people, and modify it. So I'm hoping that if she does go top 3 or win, that she doesn't then go back to being the kind of snooty, attitudey person that she came in as. Because I think
she's misunderstood when she
Aquaria coupled with a slightly nicer personality could be like killer in.
Aquaria's got a really nice personality. She's just misunderstood. I think Lena actually summed it up perfectly in her analysis, where she's like, Aquaria finds it difficult to connect with people, and so she does it through fashion and her looks.
Yeah,
it's like a way to put her personality out there and her true self out there. And Aquaria has talked a lot about being really shy and not knowing how to being socially awkward.
Oh, absolutely. And shyness a lot of the time, especially for gay guys, comes out as being standoffish and being up yourself.
Yeah,
like I can be like that. I can be shy, and like some people might just think I'm really not into them.
No, I would think that.
Just I'm not necessarily someone that'll go up to and speak to a lot of people. I like to stick with my friends, and I get that. I can relate to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. You're kind of seeing her grow.
Yeah, for sure.
Journey.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now it's time for the test of the episode. What do you guys do if you pee clear?
Oh, you cheer. That's what you do.
Nice one, Bob. You won.
Thank you.
You cheer.
What?
If you pee clear, cheer.
Okay.
Onto the main stage. Onto the main stage. Let's start with Rue's look.
Oh, I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't even remember what it was.
You don't remember? It was like a half and half sparkle.
Yeah, kind of pinkish and greenish, and then like the pink green, and then like the kind of the thing over the kind of capey thing was the opposite color.
Okay. God, I probably wasn't watching. I was fiddling on my phone a lot at the end of the episode.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
So
I didn't really like it. Do you like it, Bob?
I quite enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't like love it, but it wasn't like a lurk for me. It was a look, but you know.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Yeah. As I say, standard rude pull for me. Really.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, is it? And you're trying to make that happen, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember you didn't say to me, "Oh my God, Dan, put your phone down and look at what we're doing."
No, that's what I mean, because also I was working halfway through the episode as well. I've been super busy working at the moment, so that's why. But having a lot of notes though to compensate. And what stood out more to me than Rue's look was Michelle's look. What the hell was going on there?
I kind of enjoyed it.
What?
They all,
you know that GIF?
They all kind of looked like they were in an 80s throwback, and I kind of dug it.
No, yeah, sort of, but like it was bad. It was like that like GIF or like the clip of Michelle that Lee Dawson keeps using in his recaps, where she looks horrific. Like it was called back to that for me. Like it was,
yeah. There were some choices being made, but I did like that the whole panel generally looked a bit 80s, apart from Ashanti, who just looked really cool. Like
she looked different to me though. I was asking who Ashanti is. She's from like back in the day. You're younger than us, right?
2003, 2004.
Yeah, she was like
those are the days, man.
She was like the biggest selling female singer of all time.
Was she really?
Very briefly, yeah. And I never got why, because
no, she can't really sing. I like her voice. It's very calming. Nice. I mean, yeah, but she's a perfect like rap girl in terms of like, she doesn't rap. She's like the hook girl. Whatever you want to call
if I want relaxing, I go Enya.
She's that's very different vibe. Very different vibe.
I mean, like, Ashanti, Orinoco flow. You know,
I'm just saying the Fugees and Rihanna have both sampled Enya.
Okay, Kurt, do you know? So the song she's probably both best known for is Always on Time, Ja Rule. She did loads of songs with Ja Rule. And
God, I listened
to
5 when Ashanti was out. That makes me want to cry.
I was
working. I remember
Were you really?
I remember it vividly. Like I remember. Yeah, God, I was like 22 or something.
You weren't 22.
I was 22. 2004, I was 22.
Oh God, maybe you were.
Yeah.
What was I going to say?
Fucking hell.
But yeah, I still listen to a lot of Ja Rule today. Ja Rule's my boy. Not
yeah. Oh yeah, it was always
not
Ja Rule
problematic at all. Yeah, everything. Loads of songs together.
And then the other one was Lena Dunham, who created Girls, which is a kind of sort of Sex in the City, but with comedy. And
Kurt knows Lena, I think.
Meets Enya.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, I agree with Cos, by the way. Both Rue and Michelle looked horrific. Yeah, I agree. It was not a great week for him, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So there we go. Let's go on to the actual queens. But first of all, was anyone else shook by the new Runway song?
Oh yeah, the spotlight wasn't it? Or no, was it?
Yeah. I wrote it down. What is it? Yeah, Spotlight. I really miss Snapshot. I love that song.
Snapshot was.
They always have a song per season, right?
Yeah, Snapshot's a song. It's my jam.
Yeah, why was that?
Like, you can just sing Spotlight to the Snapshot.
It wasn't the same. It wasn't the same backing thing. If I had the same backing thing, fine. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
You should do a cover, Bob. You're really gonna kill it.
I'm so fucking good at this. I'm nailing it. I'm gonna do it in the style of Enya.
Oh my god, what is wrong with you guys?
Ethereal Irish princess.
Snapshot flow.
Cause no,
Snapshot. It's gonna be a bestseller.
Yeah, it's gonna be gorgeous.
Can I do a Ja Rule rap on it?
Please don't.
Yes,
no.
because that would be such a wonderful headfuck of a song.
We can make it work. I agree because Snapshot is the best. Maybe Snapshot will be music video. I'll be here for that. Okay, so right, let's go through looks one by one. We do their good and bad looks. Guys, obviously let us know your thoughts in the comments as well. Okay, so Cameron's good look. Bob, you go first.
It's really basic, I thought. And I also feel like we've seen it from her before.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the free looks ball thing, like the different seasons. It was similar to one of those looks, wasn't it?
She always has a bare midriff. She always has bare shoulders.
And some kind of staff.
Yes. And hold something.
Yeah. Okay. I actually quite liked it. Like, it wasn't mind-blowing, but like I think she referenced Jaina from Heroes of the Storm or League of Legends. I can't remember which one. People might get that in the comments, but yeah, like it was giving me like I got a really big computer game vibe from it, which I liked a lot.
It was definitely very computer gamey.
Yeah,
but I just thought it could have been a little bit more dramatic in some way.
Yeah, I agree. Because as a result, it looked a bit. It's definitely pretty, but it looked a bit cosplay. It didn't look amazingly executed.
And also kind of a bit my first cosplay as well. You know, it's a bit.
Yeah.
Like you've gone to Comic Con and thought, "Ooh, I'm going to dress up."
Yeah, Cos is saying the same thing. Cameron was too costumey. Kurt's saying it's a cute colour. Kurt, you're involved in the stream as well. Don't put yourself down.
Like Kurt should just dial in.
Yeah, just dial in. Get involved, girl. Okay, Cameron's evil look. Dan.
It was like the other one, but without did it have a staff?
What do you mean? It's completely different. It's a tribal fantasy.
Oh,
giving you Horizon
Zero.
Zero.
Completely different. It just had
it was completely different.
But
it had links. Oh god,
the makeup was the same. It was like the same clothes in a different fabric.
No. Bob, what do you think?
It's my opinion.
See,
it's subjective.
No, it's not.
I thought a lot of the ideas behind it were good. I liked the makeup. I just thought it was a bit busy in places.
Okay. I disagree. I absolutely love this look. And again, like, you know, harsh on Karen, harsh on her all season. I absolutely love this look. I thought it was awesome. Again, there's loads of computer games like set in like post-apocalyptic tribal sort of worlds in it. Yeah. Like, it's very well cute. I love the braids, like the cultural appropriation, just the right level of that for me. The makeup was really good. It was like pretty. It had links to the other one because like it did look like they're from the same sort of world potentially, but like different sides of it. Like I got a whole story from her looks, and I was here for them. Like here for the second one, but not really here for the first one.
Right.
But for me, they were like decent looks.
Did the story match the story that Cameron told? What was the story?
I wasn't listening to that.
Exactly. You weren't even listening.
That she's really pretty, but then like sometimes she's not really pretty.
Yeah, but
that was her story.
Right? Apart from the second half, almost.
I really just wanted her to like just to bring out the pancake and just do that instead. I think I would have enjoyed that slightly more than
lay the pancake on your face like a human face.
You know that like the Alyssa Edwards like famous thing with her like face mask.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'm walking like this
with pancake.
Yeah.
I mean that would have been like because then one of them could have been Panquisha and that would have been awesome.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if Kraken had like gone backstage and swiped it and kept
oh my god, what if they removed Panquisha and underneath is Lil Pancake?
Oh my god. Lil Pancake, I think you mean.
Oh my god, mind fully blown. But why don't we have our own show?
Did you think so for me Cameron I thought was like decent and was good, but I kind of think like not top 5. Like
it was definitely one of the 2 worst ones. It was definitely where
Cameron is. Yeah, I agree. I think
if you're in the top 5, like that's not enough. Like that's.
I agree.
It needs to be like at this point. I want to be blown away by everyone.
I agree.
Like,
I agree. But I think the bigger issue was like the narrative was really shit.
Yeah, that was the bigger thing for me, definitely.
Glum Cameron again.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god, that's so true.
Oh look, Cameron's being quiet. Cameron doesn't quite believe in herself.
That's the perfect way to describe her. It's like Nina Belina Brown. It just got so depressing to watch.
It's literally, she's like this. This year's Nina Belina Brown. Yeah. But Nina Belina Brown at least had a peach.
She did have a very juicy peach.
It was a good peach.
It was so juicy.
Yeah.
Oh no, that song's terrible. I listened to So Juicy this week for the first time. Very upsetting.
See, yeah, it's kind of one of those things because I was listening to the Hey Queen thing with her, and I was like, oh, I need to listen to So Juicy again. I can't remember it. And then I was like, oh, because it's funny because she's like, it's so K-pop, and I was like, yeah, is it? But
yeah, exactly.
It's good enough. I feel like she can do better.
No, is it though?
Yeah.
No,
I don't see more from her. I feel like she's.
And also, the video features James Mansfield as like the star, as like the guest star.
God no!
Jesus.
All right.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. Actually, like, let's not compare Nina and Cameron because I feel like Nina's looks generally like really memorable, and I liked her Jasmine Masters. And
oh my god,
good point. Yeah, Nina had a lot of personality. Like,
yeah. She's so talented. Yeah.
Whereas Cameron, I just feel like hasn't brought a lot of fun to the competition or a lot of.
What frustrates me about it is, like, saying before about like I've seen interviews of her and she seems like a completely different person. I guess this is partly the producer's fault as well. But it's like the competition to get on the show is so tight. Like she's like, if you're not gonna go on a show and be yourself and use the opportunity wisely, it just pisses me off, to be honest. Like I know it's kind of harsh.
But don't know if they pick some of these queens because of those narratives. They're like, because they don't want someone.
But then come out of it, like elevators. I do a Trinity K by name and like turn around halfway through the competition.
It would be great, like one you just cast 12 queens who all are so confident and so know
exactly. That's what I want,
and then get that as a competition because I'm kind of overhearing like,
that would kind of be the winners' season, perhaps as well.
No,
I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of the idea of a winner's season, but I mean that would be where you'd get that level of confidence.
But I don't know. I mean, All Stars actually invites more kind of introspection than other series. So actually, imagine a winner's season would be even worse because then you've got a winner potentially going to come last.
Yeah,
good point. Yeah.
And every week it's going to be like, I'm used to being a winner and now I'm bottom 3.
It's really hard. I normally
like losers season. Like, we need people who'd be grateful to be there.
I agree. Like Aja, like seasons of Aja.
She's the perfect example. Like she is exactly what All Stars is for.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But at least Aja basically exactly perfect, Bob. You said that perfectly. But like at least Aja tried the first time. She just wasn't. She didn't have the money. She wasn't necessarily like, all the confidence. But she like put a really good foot forward the first time round, generally. Whereas like someone like Cameron, everyone's like, oh, Cameron's going to slay All Stars 4 or whatever. And same with Cracker. But it's like
I don't think Cameron will go back for All Stars.
I was going to say I don't see Cameron as an All-Stars person, or at least not someone who would really take a lot from it. I actually think, because she's kind of a bit more like a Chi-Chi DeVayne perhaps for an All-Stars, where you're glad to see her again, but like it's less about redemption in some ways. I actually feel like Cameron's just going to kill it post-race, just generally. Like she's going to tour tons, like she's going to take her work ethic, she's going to keep on working, and she's going to be relevant in some way.
Okay, I mean, that'd be this master choice. I would appreciate that. But like I said, but in terms of content and producers, like she is a completely different person these days. So she would be like the ideal person to get back for All Stars. But it just pisses me off because like you had like such a rare opportunity to get on the show and shine, and you know you weren't being yourself. You know full well like you're being a totally different person on the show. Like it just if that's going to be the case, and don't accept it at first, like wait a couple more seasons to go on until you have the time to get more comfortable with yourself, whatever it is. It just I don't know. I know that's a really harsh view, but I stand by it. I'm kind of I'd love the next series just to be full on. Agreed. Not arrogant, but just really confident. And then it would just be so good to see everyone trying to outshine each other. Yeah. So, Paul, what were you saying?
I was going to say. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, that I think someone like Cameron would also. I do also wonder if not showing her full personality is also just because the intensity of filming. Like you start falling behind, not quite showing yourself, and then you're like. Suddenly 5 days have swept by and there have been like 3 challenges.
No, not good enough for me because again, like she's purposely sitting in the opposite corner of the room, not next to any other queens. She won't talk to any other queens. Other queens are constantly saying like, "Tell us how you feel," and she won't. She didn't come out to speak to Lena Dunham this episode in Untucked. Like she is not doing what she needs to be doing.
The share week was the week for me when I was just like, I've actually had enough of Cameron because she won the task and she was still like, I'm happy, and it was like, oh god, painful.
Agreed. Again, I feel like if Cameron watched this stream, which obviously she's definitely going to, like I don't think she would disagree because she is such a different, like She was. I think she knows. She watches the show back. Like I've seen an interview I sent you, Bob. Like she was like, I don't know who that person is. I don't recognize her. Like, why wasn't I more myself? Like, I think she'd be. I'm sure she's somewhat frustrated. She's probably enjoying like all the attention she's getting, so she's probably not feeling it too much. But I think part of her must be frustrated, as we are, sort of thing with it.
Probably watched it back like fucking hell, because you probably it's like when you're at work and you act in a certain way for a few months, and then you get your boss kind of does a review and you're like, shit, I didn't notice all that and I completely recognize it now. When you're in that situation, you probably don't.
But the difference is people are telling her constantly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you're still not doing it, then lighten up. It's on you. Yeah.
And I just feel like it's a very like late drag queen, it's like a very late drag race season thing to go on about this thing, because like season 5 is just a lot more fun.
Yeah.
Season 6 is a lot more fun. Like I don't know, it seems to have been maybe last year they had this with Nina.
Yeah,
season 8 maybe. I'm trying to think.
That's what I meant. Like it's down to. I was saying this last season streams as well. Like it's down to the producers to an extent. Like
it just doesn't make good TV.
Yeah,
like it's just not interesting.
Yeah,
there's way more fun things to focus on or interesting stuff than I'm just not confident.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't want to see that.
Okay, but sorry, we're spending too long on this because we've only gone through one queen so far. So actually, we talked about Eureka already. Really, does anyone have anything else to add about Eureka? Oh, no. I've got one thing, but go on. Anything,
no, nothing more to add.
Okay, so I didn't like. I mean, like I said, neither of her looks interested me, but the narrative was probably the best narrative. I liked the characterization was very good, but the main thing I wanted to say is I didn't like the first look. The shiny top looked terrible for me.
Yeah,
the whole outfit was like not shiny, like matte or whatever. I don't know what you call an outfit that's not shiny.
Yeah,
that's standard matte outfit, you know. And she had like this like sequin top, like it didn't match like the school look, whatever she was going for. It just looked ridiculous to me. Like I think she should have been read harder for that. Right?
Yeah.
I
don't know. Thanks. It was fine. It was fun. It got the job done.
I've just been like fashion shamed with my view.
It's like, God, you're so... Oh, your jacket was matte. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I go out the front door, like, mate, matte jacket. What you
God, I'm really worried about like when I leave here. Like, what's that top down there?
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to call Bob straight afterwards and tell him how I really.
That could be the new show.
The after show where Grant and I bitch about the other guest.
Exactly.
If you're not watching Untucked, you're only getting half the story. You know, like that's exactly us right now.
Yeah, we could do that. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Send them out of the room and be like, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Ward.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, Ward, thanks for joining us. Okay, so we are on. Who's after you? Cracker. Okay, so let's go for a first look. Go on, Bob.
I really enjoyed the good look. It was a bit of a surprise for me because I wouldn't have thought I would see her do something like a Marie Antoinette thing, but she did keep it very tongue-in-cheek, and it did feel very. And that's the thing. I feel like that would have been a really strong look, actually paired with that other one that she showed, because it thematically made more sense as well. But also, I think something as kind of bold and overgrown like that needs some kind of contrasting look that really tears that apart in some form.
Yeah, completely.
So I thought that was a really good look, but it was let down by the bad look. It didn't. The good look, the good look lost a bit of currency because of that.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of knew at that point she was bottom 2.
Yeah.
So it was hard to sort of see it. It was very Cracker as well. It kind of showcased her fun side, coming out and doing that whole like
campy
thing was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it just that. I knew as soon as she picked that outfit up and had bones on it, I'm like, they're just going to read it for the fact that it's just a repurposed costume that has nothing to do with being an evil twin. It was literally like, I've got this.
Yeah.
That'll do. I mean, I've got a cheerleader outfit at home. I could just put that on and be like, yeah, I'm a cheerleader.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheerleader twin.
Why are you doing that for the stream?
I'll bring it next time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you guys said. Apart from, like, it grew on me a bit. Like, I didn't really like it initially when I first saw it. Again, I wrote down, we've had, like, 20 Marie Antoinette looks, and ones that have been done, like, Raj's was way better. Detox's was way better. Marie Antoinette done far better on the show. So I think that was, for me, like, one of the biggest issues with that look. Like,
because
especially season 10, you know?
It's, like, painted on makeup.
Yeah.
Like, and it didn't. Like,
makeup was pretty.
The face didn't match. The face wasn't Marie Antoinette.
And the outfit was boring as hell to me. Like, it was like, it's a bit Sacha Velour, but like a boring Sacha Velour. Like,
you didn't like even like them back to the bad twin one. She didn't link the story in any way to the outfit, so there was no explanation of like, this is why I'm like a prehistoric cave woman made of bones and a rag.
It was because she didn't have a choice but to go with that outfit, I guess. But she didn't. She should have thought something out. I agree.
It was such a shame about the vampire outfit because that would have been great.
Would have really
matched.
And thematically as well. So in terms of like because vampires and shit were like around in those sort of days, right? They were all the rage back then.
Yeah, tons of vampires everywhere. Like you couldn't move for vampires at that point.
That's what I'm saying. That's why she's like, let him eat cake because she's trying to figure out who the vampires were. They wouldn't have eaten that cake.
They would have asked really awkward questions about whether it contained blood or not. You know, it would have been a bit of a giveaway, really.
Marie was on it. She was a smart lady.
Yeah.
So I wrote down, but even like when she's been campy and shit with the first outfit, she still wasn't funny. Like she went like heavily on funny, but it wasn't funny.
It was still like Cracker funny, where it's like, that's
nice.
Because
Cracker is review of a Duke. So much
that's where I thought it was going to be really clever because it seemed to set up at first this kind of like, oh, camp shtick, so funny, to be completely destroyed by the bad side.
Yes, exactly.
And that's what I thought was really clever about it when it first went. I was like, this is going to be genius because she'd kind of set up a straw man. She was kind of like, oh, camp shtick, oh, look, and that's so easy to then destroy. It's so easy to poke fun at. And she didn't. And I was like, oh, such a missed opportunity here. Like, that could have been amazing.
Yeah, what did she even do? She just kind of came out as the cave woman thing and just kind of did a few little hand things. I don't remember what it was. And again, it had no link. There was no link to what she was saying to the costume, which is criminal in this.
I think she's like, when she realised she can do what she wanted to do, she's like, I'm fucked. Like, I'm not going to worry about it. Just there's nothing I can do. Defeatist sort of attitude, I would guess.
Because she listened to the lip sync all of the night before, she was saying.
Oh, did she? I don't know, I missed that.
Rather than just making a different dress. It's almost like, I mean, that's a Cracker thing, right? Rather than sitting up sewing and making something good, she just used the time to practice.
Yeah, good point, actually, because
knowing that she was going to lose.
She could have done both. I don't know. I mean, maybe, But
maybe they weren't allowed to
that second dress was a real letdown. It just felt like such a weird misstep.
Also, Kurt made a really good point. Why could she not just change sewing machines?
Because
there are enough of them in there.
No,
unless it was a fabric issue where it wasn't.
But she's a seamstress, right? Like she
knows her shit.
Yeah, so I don't think that was it.
And that's why I don't know if when sometimes the show feels a little bit like scripted, which I'm sure it is, but that bit where it was literally like, oh, I can't get the sewing machine to work, and then Eureka was like, I think you should repurpose another outfit. It just didn't feel.
I disagree. It felt genuine to me.
It just felt a bit.
I bet Eureka like saw the outfit and saw what she's gonna do. She's like, yeah, go with that outfit. It's gonna be.
I'm sure I said to you at the time, like, oh, she's definitely gonna be bottom then. That's gonna go to shit.
Yeah. It's probably more down to her attitude though, because as soon as something like that happens, Cracker's just gonna fail. Like she's gonna not put the effort in. Yeah. Okay, need to move on though. Aquaria, her good look. Bob?
Oh, great! Like beautiful. I mean, Aquaria just visually this season has just been so good. Yeah, it's just I don't think I can really fault anything that she's really done. I mean, even if it's not something that I automatically get, I'm like this. It's beautiful. It's tailored well. There's something I like. I think it was quite clever because it was still such a kind of glam look, and for both of them was so glam. But I like that she. It was so kind of.
Just got open front door.
It was so sort of loose and relaxed as a look for Aquaria, and I thought it was beautiful. Where's Grant going?
Oh, he's doing something with the door. I know. I feel like Aquaria's only had I thought Aquaria's last week wasn't particularly great. I'm kind of surprised she wasn't in the bottom.
Yeah.
But no, I think this week she just killed it. Like, as I said, I turned to Grant and was like, she's absolutely won it and she deserves it, which feels weird to say because I've resisted liking her. But over the last few weeks, I've kind of been like, why am I disliking you? You know, when you start off disliking someone and you're like,
so misunderstood.
Like, oh, I don't know why I've even disliked her anymore.
I had the same with Aquaria, definitely. Yeah. And about 4 or 5 weeks through, I was like, oh, you're kind of great.
Yeah, I liked her really early on, just saying.
It's a bit like if I watch season 5 back now and I'm like, oh, I love Alyssa. I hated Alyssa.
No, same.
That wasn't great in season 5 though, to be
fair. No, if I watch season 5 back now, I'm like, oh, she's really funny because I get her.
But she's still not. I have watched season 5 relatively recently. She's nowhere near as good as she is off the show.
Well, she just did Katy Perry Snatch Game, which was
exactly that's what I mean.
Oh, real. Yeah. So bad.
We should do a whole episode next time. We're all listed as Katy Perry. The whole episode.
I mean, and J. Lee as Taylor Swift.
God! I can't handle any of this conversation.
Well, we should do a
Snatch bag.
We should just go through our favourite Snatch.
Oh, that would be really fun. There we go. We'll do our own Snatch game.
When the season's finished, we can think of themed things to talk about.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
There we go. Our favourite looks of all time.
Okay, we just recreate random challenges as well. Who would you be for Snatch Game?
Who?
Either of you.
Doing like Marjorie Dawes from Little Britain.
Right, that's
I
clever.
can do the voice, and I'm a bit chunky, so I could just put on a blonde wig.
That's too controversial now, isn't it?
Dust. Anyway.
Yeah, easily done. Man.
There's a lot of your personality thinking about it.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah, I'm actually on a diet at the moment as well, so it all ties in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who do you do, Bob?
I have no idea. I don't really know who I'd have to really think about that.
Oh, for me, easy. I actually between two, either RuPaul or J. Jolie.
You actually make a really good J. Jolie.
Thank you. I really would.
Just like start doing your the really awkward part from "Can I get an amen?"
Yeah. Can I get an amen? She's like really proud of herself afterwards. Like, can I get an amen? It's like that. Like, she's like really.
It's really lovely. Coco's like, I lost all hope today, which is just so fitting for like the rest
yeah,
of
exactly. She sees it like so sincerely.
Hey guys on the stream, why didn't you tell us who you'd be in Snatch Game?
No, I don't care.
I do.
No, I'm joking. Of course I
What
don't.
are these? That's really hard.
Who do you think we'd be as well? That's more interesting to me because of me.
Just honestly, to that Kurt. No, Kurt. I'm on the 8-week sugar blood diet, and it's a Michael Mosley book.
I noticed. I never noticed when people lose weight, and I noticed when I saw you, Dan, that you've lost weight.
1/2 stone in a week.
Oh, in a week? Serious?
Yeah.
I realize it's in a week. That's impressive.
It's 800 calories a day, lots of fruit and veg, no carbs.
That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sorry. Aquarius could look for me. I was getting 100% Naomi Smalls from it. Just like Naomi Smalls, and I loved that. I think it looks really cool. The colours are really good. I thought she was gonna get red for like the high panty thing, but I think it looks really cool. And the tuck was amazing. It was like it's just a really cool look. Like I can see her as like a game character or something. She's just totally unique.
Yeah.
And her bad look, I think the jaw thing was so cool, and the spine, and I loved it. I just thought it was really exceptional, well thought out. It was great. Loved it.
So good.
Yeah.
And I think I love the shape of it. I love every little detail. I wasn't expecting that I'd like it when I first saw it on the runway, and then I was like, no, this is gorgeous. Like this is
same. I had the same thing.
Yeah.
Let me type that. I'll type it out.
It's the 8-week blood sugar diet. Sorry, we'll be losing viewers now. There we go.
Okay. Anything else to add about Aquarius outfits?
Amazing. Like she's definitely up there in terms of like they said, like she's one of the best giver of looks. I want to almost see like a compilation of what she's done the season because and she got off to such a bad start with that bloody awful Bo Peep shit that she came
It wasn't
out with.
terrible. It
was pretty crap. Yeah. Like bearing in mind how much better she got. Like that week she came out in that like Mexican wrestler outfit. Yeah, so much good stuff.
But that's the surprising thing for me.
And that mermaid one.
I know. I was going to say that was my favorite time that mermaid look.
Yeah,
which is why I was surprised that they were saying that these two looks were like in the top 10 looks of all time. So they were great, but like I much preferred like her mermaid, her wrestler one. Like I think she had looks that beat these looks this episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that visual novel you wrote, I can totally see that mermaid.
I'm actually adding her in as a character.
You need to steal it.
I'm actually writing her in as a character, but I'm going to tell her about it. I'll give her credit.
Oh, absolutely! I put it in because that whole
that's what I was saying.
Polluted thing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying on stream. I think I was on stream with Bob, right? I was saying literally her look inspired me. Like I had this whole story in my head when I saw her, and like I'm really excited to write it and expand on it. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do next week.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool. There you go. I know you so well.
You do. Thanks, Dan. Okay, so let's move on though. Unless anyone's got anything else to add.
No, she's amazing.
Yeah, amazing. Love her. Okay, so also I'm always here for a chin strap. Throw back to Pearl. Okay, Asia. Good Asia?
I really like Good Asia. I just think Asia's pretty stunning anyway and always brings it.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob?
So it didn't blow my mind, but it was just solid.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. That's the thing. It was pretty solid. Normally, I don't like that kind of pageanty thing that she went for with it. And normally I wouldn't be that interested in it. But the contrast with that and the bad look, I was like, okay, that as a pair, I love.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would agree with that. But I don't think to me it's pageanty. I think I wrote down it's like she does a few looks where she seems to look tries to look like a little girl. Like and it's uncomfortable for me, like too cutesy and innocent and young looking, and like I know, like it just makes me uncomfortable. But like I think I just saw a picture.
Because you
of
like
it.
it.
Yeah, it did something for me in the nether regions. I'm not going to apologise.
Oh,
I'm
finish the
sorry,
stream and go.
But I think I saw like a picture of it. I like it. I like it a decent amount, but I think it's just like the whole characterization of the character just was off-putting.
But I think if you compare, you marry it with the
yes, I agree. That's
what the task was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying about what Hobson.
Brilliant,
Totally agree.
it's genius.
Yeah, I agree completely.
Because it's like we've gone full pageant little girl cuteness to dark. We've matched it with the balloons, which we set off with a balloon from the other one, which you lets off and deflates. Like,
yeah, love that idea.
Genius.
That was so.
She was the only one that really married the two outfits.
I would say Cameron did. Yeah, yeah. It was like a before and after.
See, Cameron's outfit was Red Indian to me. The second one, it had nothing to do with the first one.
I got it, but I think it's like quite a computer gamey sort of thing. I think it's quite a niche reference.
Asia's felt like the same concept done in Good and Evil, whereas the other ones would. Well, maybe Eureka was kind of.
I liked the like different things. Like, obviously, there was like shared references, but also like her evil look, North Korea. Like it had like clowny sort of aspect to it. It's so twisted.
I thought it was something
brilliant. Same.
That's what I was going to comment on. The kind of Pierrot clown kind of thing. Yeah. I was like, oh my god, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And like she conveyed all of her character was conveyed through makeup. There was not really a lot of acting. She didn't need to.
Yeah.
She came out and just looked because the way she'd drawn her mouth and her eyes gave you everything you needed to know.
Right. Yeah. And she handled it so well because that could have looked really cheap and what's the word? And stereotypical if she hadn't handled it well. But she did it so cleverly, I think.
Yeah.
And the deflated balloons, like we were sat here being like, Michelle, what are you talking about? The balloons are amazing because it goes, and then she said it.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, the balloons go because that's the flip.
Yeah.
Also,
really good.
Thanks for joining us. Sorry, what were you saying, Bob?
I was going to say, on a side note, can we talk about like the kind of how awkward it must have been to film, where they basically would have had to have done the whole thing in two halves, where they have to just like pretend to be in the Interior Illusions Lounge or whatever it's called now.
Do we think the judges sat there and waited for them to change, or do you think they just?
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have just done it as two separate filming sessions, right? Yeah. So like, they just have to be like, because if you look at what they said when they're in the room, like watching, the good ones watching, everything they said was generic enough that it could be used for camera whenever.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Like, yeah,
just going, oh my god, or thank goodness, or
you said the same thing 5 times.
Like, yeah. And the reaction faces could have been like, do a shady face.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. That's basically what it was.
They would have just played every scenario. They would have been like, okay, you've been safe, you've gone home, whatever. Everyone react to it,
Right. I'm really looking forward to Miss Cracker's review of the Jew because I feel like she will talk about that.
But again, like it's not like a big mystery. Like it's obvious. It's not like we did it particularly well, right?
True. No, but that's what I love because it was so cheesy and camp and But at the same time,
that's what I was going to say. On that note, my other note to say about Asia is like that's her evil look was something I genuinely would expect to see on Dracula. Like it was Dracula level good, like in terms of execution and concept.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. Yeah, super impressed.
I just think it was never going to be Aquaria because Aquaria's both looks were so good.
Yeah, I agree.
It just wasn't, but I loved the way they brought it together.
Yeah, totally agree. So I think that's all the looks, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so afterwards, like they got asked who they would send home, and my note from that is like I was pretty shocked about how hard Asia went in on Cracker.
It felt really unnecessary.
Like she's not a star. Like she's not a star.
I don't really.
I kind of wondered if maybe she was pretending she was doing it in character. I had wondered.
Yeah, she was. She was thinking character, but it still doesn't give. I know. It's still too far, though, in my opinion.
It did seem too far, yeah.
Because it wasn't necessarily asked of them to do it in character. They were literally like, "Just tell us what you think."
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, she's not a star." I'm like, "Ouch, that's nasty."
Yeah, I agree. She went in too hard, but Well, I did like that it was a fresh take on that question. That question is always too like tiptoe, like treading on eggshells-y. Like I liked it. Like generally, apart from Asia, who took it too far, they're all just like, yeah, this person should go home. I don't think they deserve to be here. Like they're all quite blunt, which I much preferred that to how it normally is, where it's all quite fake. Apart from, like I said, Asia just took it too far. She didn't need to go in that hard, right?
Yeah, I think it was too far, and I mean, I hadn't actually picked up on how harsh it was at first until Miss Cracker kept on talking about it. I was like, oh no, shit, that is really harsh. Particularly in a kind of saboteur challenge where everyone's already feeling a bit vulnerable.
Yeah, so Cracker's narrative was like, I don't feel like I'm good enough, and again, you're supposed to feel bad for her, and then it's like, all right,
jump pounced on that.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, to be fair on Asia, I don't think she did it purposely. I don't think she is done out of maliciousness or viciousness. I think she was just fully in character and she didn't think it through properly. What happened afterwards?
Asia's one of the most mature contestants on there. Like,
and caring and kind.
When she called out a query the other week about saying, "Oh, this makes me feel like I'm not in the top 5."
When she talked to the vixen.
Yeah, exactly. She's always been the one that's broken it down. So it's like, oh, you misread the room.
Yeah, and that's why I'd take it more to heart if I was Cracker, because she has been like every other queens. Like I would have really anything Asia said by that point if I was in a competition, I would take to heart. So I totally get how Cracker would be very hurt by that.
I feel like as well, if someone like maybe Aquaria had said it, or maybe Aquaria, it would have maybe come off a bit bitchier. Whereas I feel like Asia, it just kind of comes off as like a misstep for me.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that completely.
Is that right? Kurt saying that Asia said at the beginning of the episode that she didn't think it was a star.
I don't remember. Yeah, I'm sure it's how she really felt. I don't think she was like so in character that she's making stuff up. I think it was just inappropriate to say.
It's so harsh. Why even say you're not a star?
But fair, like again, look at her.
She hasn't brought it in this season.
Performance-wise,
her performance hasn't just been there.
I get it. Like
her potential's not been there.
She had, but it's like we can't be double standards because we just bitched about it for like the last hour and like every other stream. We said like she's not like done anything that even means she deserves to be on the show. Like she's not shown any sort of star quality on the show whatsoever.
No. Well, she has. There's been flashes of it here and there, like
very small, like not a star quality.
I thought she was great. Like she made the fisting joke. She came out in that cool.
That fisting joke was genius.
Outfit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then apart from that, last week makeover of that guy was amazing. But it wasn't about her. It was about makeup skills, which is it's not why we bought into it.
Okay, so my other note is during deliberation is like Lena looked depressed AF, like the whole time the camera, like she's in camera, she looks like she's gonna kill herself. She's really sad.
I think
Lena's really funny because during Untucked, she had like a great time.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I think she's maybe got resting sad face.
Maybe it's her showing her inner saboteur on stage. Saboteur, yeah, sorry. A saboteur is perhaps like the place where you go to kill that part of yourself, right? Like an abattoir.
That's emotional.
It's like having therapy. It's going to the saboteur.
Oh, I love that. That.
That's genius. There we go.
Thank you here for that.
Yeah,
that's one. We got that together. I feel. Okay, so this is lip sync. Okay, so lip sync. Is it anyone else got anything to say about the judging bit?
I didn't. Oh no, not about the judging. I was going to say about the lip sync.
Okay.
I don't really see why Cameron won. She did a cartwheel.
For lip sync, no, I think
she did a cartwheel and she led on the front with her legs around.
No, I totally disagree. Cameron was far more interesting to watching Cracker than the entire lip sync. Plus, her look was so much better than Cracker's look.
I didn't find the lip sync that interesting, personally.
I agree. It wasn't a great lip sync, but I think Cameron easily won by a fair distance.
I would say, if you had to pick one to win there, I would pick Cameron. Maybe not by like a massive margin, but like she won it.
Ultimately, Cameron should have gone last week. Monet would have still been in it, and then Monet would have been top 4.
Monet would have gone this week.
Miss Cracker would have gone.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would agree with that. But then Monet's been shit as well. I know we've had a lot of like disappointing queens in terms of like their potential.
I don't know that Monet didn't that much. Monet, I think, generally lived up to the potential.
No, I completely disagree with that. Sorry, Bob, what did you say?
So I was going to say Mayhem as well was another one of these queens.
Yeah. Oh, great shout. Okay, Ines, sorry, I think I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Is saying late to party, but I do think Eureka should have been sent home that week with the double Shantae. Cameron should have gone last week, and Monet should have been top 4. Okay, so he's agreeing with you, Dan. if you're in the bottom for 3 weeks, change it up. I
Cameron
think
does
you did.
the same every
no,
time.
I disagree.
She did that bloody cartwheel.
Cartwheel's the only
cartwheel
thing.
again.
She's going to use one of the same moves, but like everything else she did was different. Her whole vibe, this lip sync, was completely different to the other two lip syncs.
I don't remember what she did. She did a cartwheel.
She normally does like the hair shaking back and forth thing the whole time. Like she does like typical like girly disco dancing sort of stuff. But this episode, she went way harder this episode. Like some weird character. She like committed to the evil character for the whole lip sync, and I think it was by far her best lip sync. I think she was different enough to previous lip syncs for people not to bitch.
Monet should still have won last week.
Oh my god, no, Dan, she shouldn't have at all.
I'm waiting for the revenge of you, Qua. Just coming back. No. My hot and flexible body allows me. Like the Blazer Maze recap uses that like same clip about 5 times, and each time I was crying with laughter. It's just like,
who does? I didn't see that. Send me a link.
The original pre-Lee Dawson.
Oh, okay, cool.
His ones are pretty good, or hers. I don't actually know. But yeah. The ones, sorry, my like tiredness just like hit as I was midway through that sentence. It's coming, but no, I think that whole hot and flexible body thing was just amazing. Just because it's so like, the more you think about it, the less sense that makes. You are for All Stars 10.
Yeah, I agree completely. All Stars 10. So after lip sync, it shows Cracker leaving, and this like sort of sums up like how she failed completely with this challenge. She said, I feel completely crushed right now, but yet she looked really happy. She was smiling. She was having time of her little life.
Because when she started saying it, I thought she was going to say, I feel so proud of myself.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I feel completely crushed.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's like, mate, like,
that bothered.
Connect with yourself. Like, show your emotions. Like, this is literally like why you lost this challenge. Like, we should be like, how are you not seeing this? It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
And now, thank you. Now on Untucked, okay, Cracker says, she's never been so hurt. In regards to Asia, this is really weird. I left Bob a voice because Dan and I were like, "What's going on?" And I asked Bob as well, because in the clip where Tease was coming up after the break, they show Cracker confronting Asia and saying, "I feel like Asia owes me an apology." And then, like when it comes back after the break, we never get to see that conversation at all. No. So I don't know whether it's us watching on Daily Motion, like maybe watch some like dodgy version where they cut it out for some reason. Although the adverts were still in, so I highly doubt that.
Yeah.
But if guys in the chat or comments down below, like, did they show that conversation / confrontation, or yeah. So if they did, link us to it. But and also even if they, even putting that to one side, it does seem quite harsh to me that Asia it didn't seem like she even thought to apologize to Cracker. Like I
do wonder if Asia just didn't even realize she'd said it at that point.
Yeah, that's the impression I get as well.
She thought, and she assumed that the joke had gone down.
It wasn't supposed to be a joke, I don't think, though.
But I thought she thought she was doing it in character as the evil twin. Yeah, so may have thought, well, no, she might not have even thought about it.
Yeah, so I mean, but it seems quite. Again, I guess it's not harsh because she didn't do anything on purpose, but it seems quite dense not to be thinking about Cracker's feelings, I guess.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, I said this earlier, but it's weird that people were saying that Cameron didn't come and see Lena because she was learning her song, but she said right at the beginning of Untucked she knows her song off by heart.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I was saying earlier on. She just avoids any sort of interaction with anyone. It seems.
In fairness, I feel like she was just making peace with the fact because she genuinely thought she was going home.
Yeah, so maybe, but that's probably why she didn't interact with anyone. She's like, I can't be bothered to do this. Not going to be here anyway. But she's sort of been like that all season though. That's the frustrating part.
She was a bit checked out in some ways. At that point, I feel like she's a bit checked out, and not necessarily in a negative way, but just so done and so tired.
No, I don't know. But I just feel like, look at it. If we got even if we're completely knackered for whatever reason, we got to be on Untucked for an episode, we'd have time of our little lives. There's a thing for any drag queen to be on that show. It just frustrates me when you're not enjoying yourself or utilizing your time well.
And she never seems like she's been enjoying it.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah.
Which is kind of, as I said earlier, it's just kind of boring to watch because you want them to be happy and grateful and giving their all, and I just don't feel that she is.
Yeah, I agree with Ines, by the way. Sorry, so we have said this earlier on. Ines said he's met Cracker, seen her live, and she's hilarious. And I agree, like she's great on Review of a Jew. She's definitely, I do think she has star quality off the show.
She's Trixie Mattel,
for sure.
Like it's literally Trixie Mattel Part 2. Just
no, I think they're quite different.
No, I don't mean in terms of
sorry.
style, but I just mean in terms of, but so much better on the outside, and getting far too much in their head when they're on it.
Yeah,
and having to go back and prove themselves.
Yeah, that's the fair enough.
I just think Drag Race is not necessarily for everyone as well. Like, there are some queens who just generally, like, it's great for them as a platform, but it isn't actually their medium.
Yeah,
because you get put into a box, like you get given a task. You can't just do your own thing where you know how you can be funny.
But you can though. So I feel like with Cracker, for example, you can bring comedy to challenges that aren't necessarily comedy challenges.
And if you look at someone like Alyssa, like so much of Alyssa's brand has been built on like Alyssa just doing Alyssaisms throughout everything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I don't think it really matters. Like, I
mean, like maybe Crackers sometimes tries to be too clever about stuff, and then just gets in her head. Like Snatch Game was some comic which she clearly hadn't. It just wasn't really well prepped. It was some like insult comedian that it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And whereas the pickle thing, almost that was the real Cracker, like going really, really bizarre and just doing something a bit out there.
Yeah.
She should have done it more, but yeah.
Wait, Kurt, are you talking about us? If so,
rude.
No, fair, but like elaborate, because I can say I feel a certain kind of way. What was I going to say? Oh, so the only thing I want to say about Antarctica was when Cracker's going through the notes and Asia left her a sweet note, and then Cracker's like, "Nah, it's too late." She's like, Cracker was like genuinely really, really pissed off of Asia. I guess really hurt. And again, like we talked about it, I understand why Cracker would feel like that, but like I said, I don't think Asia just really thought at all at any point. Yeah. Also, it's interesting. So if she's still hurt, then I guess they must have not had the conversation about the apology or whatever.
I guess not. Only because she said, like, I really wish that she had come up to me and apologized. But I do think at that point, waiting for her to, I mean, I guess it's a bit of a weird double bind because she was kind of waiting for Asia to apologize, which Asia probably wouldn't do because Asia hadn't realized it had happened, I think. But then she couldn't really go up to her and talk to her about it because she was in the frame of mind where she needs to get ready for the lip sync. Like,
no, but she did though. As I said, but you saw it on Talk. She said, like in a little sneak preview. Do you see this? In a little sneak preview, she literally said, because Lena said, do you queens have to come backstage and apologize after saying you want to send each other home? And Cracker says, I feel like Asia owes me an apology. And then they never showed that conversation. They never showed the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Ines is saying some queens out there are out of their depth when they get to the show, and I completely agree. And I think that's down to I think that's the fault of the producers for casting them too early. I think they do it purposefully, like we were saying earlier, to maybe get some sort of like redemption storyline or to make even out the tone of the cast or whatever. But I just think that's unfair on the queens, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's a weird thing because in some ways you can't have too many amazing queens in one season because I guess you would be worried that you'd send a kind of Bianca Del Rio home in the first week, but at the same time you can't have people who, I mean, they're not necessarily like cannon fodder, but like you
need some, right?
yeah I mean, it's good.
But this is different. This isn't what I'm saying though. This isn't what I'm saying. I'm saying like in terms of like mentally, like someone like Adore in All Stars 2 or Cameron this season, for example. Like Cracker, fine, like she's fucked up herself, I think, but like Cameron obviously like wasn't ready mentally to be on the show. She's not okay of herself or confident.
But maybe they can't tell that straight away. Like you don't know.
They would have done the same if they'd done like the proper psych tests and like camera tests and group tests or whatever they needed to do. They would have figured it out quite quickly.
I think because we love RuPaul and because we love the show, we have this idea that it's got to be better than other TV shows, and like it's not. It's just as stage managed and probably a little bit exploitative than any other TV show. And William was saying that they literally got fed. They'd spend 20 quid on like 10 of them for dinner and get them. There were no vegetarian options. One of the queens got glass and then that was picking it out by hand because they couldn't be bothered to take it to hospital.
Oh, really?
There's loads of stuff. When I read it, a bit like, well, yeah, that's kind of TV. It's messy, and we shouldn't just think, well, because it's the wonderful show that it is, that it's any more ethical in terms of how it's produced.
Yeah,
because there probably is a lot of shit that goes on, and they're probably not true.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I guess what I wanted to say, I wanted to reiterate, like, it's fun to talk about the show and like analyze all the queens and stuff. But I think they're all talented. I respect them all. And like I said, I think part of the issues that I have with them are out of their control. Like I said, it's down to production of the show and things like that. So it's more just like critiquing all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's hard to read. Like William was saying that like the whole Mama Ru thing is bullshit, and like Ru doesn't really talk to them, and doesn't really want to get.
A lot of them have said that. Yeah,
but I just kind of see that and think, well, she doesn't. It's a job. Like, why should she go and be friends with 14 queens per season? Like, she's not going to have time to go.
I love that. I love the clip of like Ru at DragCon where she's like, "Oh, look, it's the queen who was on my show last season."
I also do think it makes sense though for Ru to have a bit of distance, given that Ru's going to be judging and picking the winner.
Well, Ru is what, like 50 something?
Like, Ru's got no idea what's going on. If this is a podcast, Ru's got no idea where he is.
He's got a husband at home. Like, he's tired. Like, why should he be friends with them? But I think when we watch it, we love this fantasy that they all are all best mates backstage, and they're probably not.
It's
so
something
that
I was thinking
about welfare and stuff of contestants, and it's too early to pick those queens because they're not ready for it. I don't think they give a shit. I think they're picking the ones who are going to make the best narrative. They want the Nina Bonita Browns and the Cameron Michaelses so they can have the narrative and they can have the drama.
Yeah.
Because if they had,
but like we were saying earlier, though, I'm getting a bit bored of this whole like the storyline.
Yeah, and I think that maybe that'll change. Maybe because they're good at kind of reading the audience and kind of going, all right, let's change things up.
Well, that's what Inez is saying. Like he's saying, like he feels like the issue is they're focusing on like too many seasons and trying to push him out. But I would disagree because I feel like season 10 is far more what the fans want, sort of thing. I'd agree. Like a year ago with season 9 and maybe All Stars 3.
All Stars 3 was tired, I thought, and I loved it at first, but I thought it got rapidly pretty quick. And as soon as when Ben left, I was done with it. I really didn't care. I didn't really care who won at the end because it was Ben's season to win. Season 10 for me has been like a return to form.
Yeah, I agree.
Apart from the fact that a lot of the queens have been really disappointing.
Yeah, that's been good TV. I mean, it makes these sort of discussions fun though, because then we can like get our frustration out through this, which is it's fun. It makes this good, but I agree. Like, it's not ideal in terms of the show.
But I wonder if they're like saving up like a stock of really fucking good queens. Nah, just going to come and slay
I don't think
it.
so. I think it'd be the same sort of mix every single season for sure. Should we whip out our C.U.N.Ts for the lads?
God, yeah.
Okay. Let's start, guys. In the chat, you know the drill by now. Same in the comments down below. So let's start off with our charisma. Who are you giving your charisma to, Dan?
I was about to say Asia, but then Asia did the most uncharismatic thing in the whole episode. But then she's also quite diplomatic, and I don't know. It wasn't like the most shining week for any of the contestants, to be honest.
I don't know. I've got a couple of choices for charisma. I go with Aquaria. Like again, like a lot was focused on like her apology and her growing as a person, and she was charismatic with her like retorts to the judges.
I'll go with you on that. Let's go with it. Because actually it was the first week where I've been like, quite like Aquaria.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bob?
Uncharacteristically for me, I'm going to give it to Eureka. Because I think she got the nature of the challenge and was quite open in a few ways that were quite nice. She was quite sweet towards Miss Cracker. And I just think generally, this was an episode where I was at least lukewarm about her, which is a really big step.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of liked her this episode, which is,
she can die happy now, can't she?
Yeah. She's been waiting on that.
Of course she has.
She's been waiting on it longer than Miss Cracker has for that apology.
Of course she has. So Kurt's giving his charisma to Asia. Ines is giving it to Aquaria. Uniqueness, Bob?
To Asia for those outfits.
Okay.
I'll go Aquaria for the outfits.
Okay. Wait, did you say Aquaria for C? You can't just say one twice, Dan.
No, I changed it to yours. Oh no, why can't I go for twice? I want to.
No.
I'm giving them both. I'm giving both to Aquaria.
Sorry, whose stream is it?
Well, what if you're right? How are you going to do this in week when there's a top 3, Grant?
I'm going to.
The
Florida. I have added extra people in before. I've definitely given stuff to Ru before.
That's what I mean. You can give it to whoever you want, but you can't be the same person twice.
No, she had the charisma and she had the uniqueness. So there.
Okay, because I love Aquaria, I'm going to let you have that. Only because I love Aquarius, I'm biased. Bob?
I did my for Nerve.
No. Oh, sorry. Okay, wait. I'll do my uniqueness then. RuPaul. Okay, Nerve. Go.
Nice. I kind of want to say Miss Cracker, but she kind of lost her nerve for most of this episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it to Miss Cracker just for the sheer amount of battling that she had to do this episode. It wasn't an easy one, but I'm proud of her. I do love her.
Okay, Dan?
Yeah, I'll go with Nerve just because obviously there's a lot of confronting your own kind of fears and then just doing it anyway, even though it didn't turn out great. Like, she still got on with it.
I'll give it to Asia for the nerve of going in on Crack at the end, obviously. So just to catch up, just to catch up.
Kind of nerve.
That kind of nerve, yeah. Just to catch up on the chat, Kurt's giving uniqueness to Aquaria and nerve to Cameron. Ines is saying, got a U-turn with her, haven't liked her all season but loved her today. I think that's Aquaria. And he's giving his uniqueness to Asia, unique in being a sweetheart all season, then turned into quite a bitch today. Yeah, fair point. That's sort of what I'm saying. Kurt saying doesn't like Aquaria, but she is slaying. Ines is saying nerve for Miss Crack, I'm guessing for the same reason as you guys. So T for talent. Okay, so it's going to be tricky now then. Dan?
Talent would be Asia because I loved the outfits and the kind of the marrying of the two things.
Okay, Bob?
So mine's a kind of split one. The serious one is for Aquaria, and my less serious one is for Pancretia.
Okay.
Oh my god, we forgot about the pancake.
Okay, I know, that's a good point. Again, like talent for Aquaria for that damn pancake, for Pancake's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
Like that deserves talent just for that.
Right.
But my less serious one is for Ashanti. Actually, no, it's just as serious because she made some tunes back in the day with my boy Jar. Yeah, I feel good about that choice. Yeah, exactly.
When you were back in your 14-year-old days.
Exactly, when we were rolling on the streets, on
the streets of Cobham or whatever.
Exactly. Streets, the Kentish streets. Crazy days. Crazy days. Of course he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, go on, give us your talent, and then that's the end of it. We've got to go after that.
It's getting late.
Live our own life, especially for Bob. It's 12:30 over there.
Yes, it is. He's got roommates to be consoling, and
no, he's over that. We're all going to see. I don't think I said it in the chat. But we're all going to go see Lizzo in August. Us three and Cystitis, the original lads.
Yeah, but we're not going to go see Ashanti because
that'd be so good. She's in
stopped touring now.
Because she's not always there when you call. I mean, that's the problem.
That was cute. I like that.
Thank you.
You've got a recommendation to do as well. Okay, so first of all, unsure. Don't feel anyone really stepped it up this week. Okay, I respect that. Yeah. I agree. I was thinking when I said to Dan after the runway finish, I'm like, that was really uninspiring generally. Like Aquarius did something, but just overall, I was like underwhelmed with the runway and the challenge. Like it was just, I don't know. I guess
it's probably why I liked Asia the most because she was the only one that actually kind of did the task.
Okay, I agree.
Rather than just doing two outfits, which were things.
Yeah, I agree.
Asia's could almost been the same person later that day, when she's had a really shit day.
Yeah. Or like
my balloons
a few years later or whatever.
Yeah. You know how you feel when you lose a balloon.
Oh my god, literally the worst.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I see someone lose a balloon, I want to cry.
Yeah, it's like standing on terrible.
No, like that's yeah, okay. Okay, so we've done recommendations before, Dan, haven't we?
Yeah.
Go on, so what would you guys recommend from last week? If you don't have anything in mind, I can go first, but I don't.
Recommend from last week because it's something that we like.
Yeah, so like something from pop culture or something you'd recommend, or like generally, but last week's is better.
Bob, you go first.
Bob?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Okay, Licky Lee has new music. That's kind of fun.
Who does?
Licky Lee. Still don't know how to pronounce her name, actually, after 4 albums. Licky Lee, she's a Swedish singer, got a new album out. Seems pretty cool so far. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard really good things about it, and I really want to go and see it. It's a film called Hereditary, which has got Toni Collette, and it's like a new horror.
Oh.
And it looks really fucking
cool.
good.
Let's go.
It's been getting really good reviews.
Don't see it without me, I'll be angry.
And also saw the new trailer for the new Halloween film today.
Oh.
Which is now online if you want to go see it. It was only premiered today. It's like a 2.5-minute trailer. It looks all right. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because it's basically jumped the whole franchise except the first film. Okay, so it's like 20 years of sequels is just dead.
Oh, okay.
Including 2 with Jamie Lee Curtis, and the new one has Jamie Lee Curtis in, which is weird. Cool, and I want to see Deadpool 2 as well.
Deadpool 2 is really good. I saw that.
See that tomorrow.
It is really good. I really liked it a lot.
Cool.
What was I going to say? Oh, Chris Stuckman did a review for the first film you mentioned. We should watch it.
Hereditary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I skipped to the end. You gave it an A.
Oh, also, could you please sit down? Don't say that about me.
Cool. We're probably going to go a week after next.
But it's away next week, so perfect.
Yeah.
So Kurt's saying Deadpool 2, and he's excited about new horror. What's insane? NNEK.
Oh, he saw MNEK. Actually, I saw MNEK last week at Mighty Hoopla.
Plus, Hayley Steinfeld is my song right now.
How was Mighty Hoopla? Because I heard so many people like talking about it. Like
It was
it's like
amazing.
every queer person I know was there. I think
It was really good. It was like Pride. It was basically Pride, like the old Prides where you'd be in a park. And I saw TLC, who I've never seen live, which was awesome.
what?
So good. And they basically did, because everyone was doing little sets. So Liliana did like 5 songs and like a few other people. And then TLC did like an hour. And they did all the big hits. No Scrubs, Waterfalls.
Awesome.
And then I tweeted them afterwards, and Chili tweeted me back.
Oh,
and I was like,
that's really cool.
If I could go back and tell my 12-year-old self back in 1994 when what was going on, that Chili would talk to me when I was 36,
that's so cool.
I'd probably have a little cry. So that little 12-year-old Dan, I feel like
that's really cool. That's a really nice story.
Yeah, and they were fucking brilliant. Like they sounded like note perfect, both of them. Like they sound exactly like the records sounded 24 years ago.
That's really cool. That's really good.
So I forgot.
Was one of them Tatiana? Left Eye?
No.
Okay.
Tatiana played T-Bars in one of the runways. One of the best runways, and she got voted off.
That's something. It could have been Tatiana. You never know.
Because Roxy Andrews lent someone a top.
That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Okay, my recommendation is a follow-up from a recommendation I made a week or two ago. Sabrina Carpenter had a song called Why, and she's now released like the second song of her upcoming album called, I just looked it up, called Almost Love. Like super catchy. It's got like a whistle in it and stuff. It's like a catchy pop song. I highly recommend it. I'm looking forward to her new album. I'll link all these things in the description. Get involved if you fancy it. And cool. You guys are talking about different Pride events.
We're going to Pride. London Pride is on the 7th of July. We will be singing on the main stage. Part of the London Women's Chorus.
Amazing.
Around, come and watch us sing.
Yeah, I'll probably go see you sing.
Yeah, it's free, so that's
hang out. We could like a little meet up as well. If you guys actually want to do that, we could do like a little meet up or something. That'd be fun. We'll hang out together.
7th of July, main stage, Trafalgar Square. Should be fun.
Cool. Cool. Thanks for joining us, team. Leave if you want to carry on a conversation. Catch us on the social medias. I put it in the description in a bit. I need to make a thumbnail at some point as well. I'll do it all at some point over the next day. And continue conversation in the comments down below as well. Force everyone you know to subscribe. Do it aggressively. And yeah, I think that's
thumbs
everything.
Up and everything.
Yeah. Thanks everyone. Okay. Have a nice weekend / week. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.